When we think about immunizations, we tend to think about those for young children or for traveling or the seasonal flu, but there are many additional important vaccinations for adults. Here to tell us more is Dr. Sangeeta Patil, a board-certified internal medicine physician with Baptist Medical Group. Thank you so much for coming in today and being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
So that makes me think about everybody over the age of 50. Do they need immunizations? I mean, can you tell us more about that?
Yes, as we get older, our immune system does go down and we don't have the immunity that we did as a child. So there are certain immunizations that are recommended for all adults.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about what immunizations you would commonly recommend to people over 50?
Yes, common immunizations that are recommended for people above the age of 50 are definitely, as all of us know, is the flu shot. Mm-hmm. Next is the pneumonia vaccine. There is a new vaccine which has been recommended by CDC. It's called the Tdap, which is a combination of tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis vaccine. And the other latest one is the Zostavax, or the vaccine against shingles.
Okay, so let's start with the flu and the flu shot, because that's a pretty common one for most people.
Yes.
Then can you tell us when people should get it? Is there a certain type of year that they should sign up for it?
The flu shot is recommended for all adults and also for children, but let me just touch on the ones above the age of 50. Okay. Flu shot protects against the flu virus. There are 3 kinds of flu virus, A, B, and C. The C virus we are not really concerned about because it's a very minor illness. The A and B are the ones that cause influenza or the flu as we commonly known it as. It causes high fever, it causes severe body aches, it can depress your immune system, you can get pneumonias, multi-organ failure, people die from the flu. As we get older, our immune system goes down, so the chances of complications are much higher. The flu virus is very resilient, which means it's very resistant, and it can change every year. So every year, the scientists come up with a vaccine which kind of protects you against the most common kinds of flu for that season. So just because you have taken a flu shot 1 year doesn't mean you're protected for 2-3 years. You have to take the flu shot on a yearly basis.
Okay. On a yearly basis, when should you start? When should you go and get your shot for that year?
Usually around the end of September or first week of October is when the vaccine comes out, and it takes about 2 weeks for immunity to build.
Okay.
So you should kind of consider getting the vaccine at the end of September.
So we have a little ways to go then.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good deal. So we're all coming out of that then.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, and what about that pneumonia vaccine? Can you tell us a little bit more about that one?
Yes. Pneumonia vaccine is recommended for all adults above the age of 65.
Okay.
If you are younger than 65 and you have a chronic illness, say you're a diabetic, you have kidney disease, you're asthmatic, you're a smoker, you have what we call as COPD, or chronic obstructive lung disease, or any disease that kind of depresses your immune system, you should consider getting it before the age of 65. If you're in doubts, you should ask your physician about it. It protects you against the most common kinds of pneumonia, which is caused by the bacteria called as pneumococcus.
Okay, and is there a certain time of the year that you should get that one as well?
There is no season.
Okay, so it is whenever.
Yeah, it's whenever.
Okay, and then now this is new to me, the shingles vaccine. How new is that? Can you tell us more about that one?
Yes, it is a relatively new vaccine.
Okay.
It is recommended for adults above the age of 60. It is an expensive vaccine, and it's very fastidious because you have to keep the vaccine frozen, and it has to be administered within 30 minutes of thawing the vaccine.
Oh, wow.
So there are certain people who should get it and who should not get it.
Okay.
Like I said, all adults above the age of 60 should talk to their physician about getting this. It should be given in adults who have had chickenpox in the past.
Okay.
There is no data on the vaccine in those people who have had shingles in the past, whether they should, get the vaccine or if it does give them any immunity. What the vaccine does is it boosts up your immunity against shingles.
Okay.
Shingles is when chickenpox comes back. And it usually comes back in a bell-shaped form. And why are we so concerned about shingles is because it's associated with what we caused as neuralgia, which is severe pain around the distribution of the nerves. And that kind of pain, it can occur for a number of years and months even after the rash of shingles has gone.
Now, is the vaccine going to completely prevent shingles from occurring, or is it just going to maybe make it a less mild case when you do get them?
It will make it a mild case, and the
Okay.
incidence of the pain associated with the shingles is reduced in those people who take the vaccine.
Excellent.
The statistics tell us that about 1/3 of the people who live to be 80 years old will have shingles in their lifetime.
Of course.
So this does decrease the incidence of getting shingles, and if you do get it, it may not be as severe.
Well, that sounds like a really good new vaccine, and hopefully it gets easier for y'all to administer, so you don't have to have it
Yes.
frozen and everything. And then the tetanus vaccine, which I know I had when I was a child, because if you ever stepped on a nail, right?
Oh,
Isn't
absolutely.
that one?
Well, it's a little bit different from that one. That one was the plain tetanus.
Oh, okay.
And what the CDC now recommends for all adults between 19 and 65 is 1 dose of Tdap, which is the tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis vaccine.
Okay.
So it is all combined in one. If you're above the age of 65, and if you are in contact with an infant who is less than a year old, then even if you're above 65, especially those people who are grandparents or who are taking care of young ones, you should consider getting a one-time Tdap.
Okay.
And after that, you can take your plain tetanus every 10 years.
Huh, that's interesting that there's a difference there.
There is a difference.
And then kind of going back to the respiratory, the whooping cough vaccine, is there
Yes, that
anything
is
you know about
that is the Tdap vaccine,
Oh,
which
that's-
is
oh, it's all
pertussis is the same as whooping cough.
I'm
okay,
sorry.
That's
okay.
all right.
All right. Well, for more people seeking information about these immunizations that need to get that if they're over 50 or even if they're 19 to 65, because I know you've said that often.
Yes.
Can you tell us where they can get more information?
Yes, the CDC does have a website. So
Okay.
if you log on to cdc.gov, you can get a lot of information.
Okay.
Or you can log on to baptistmedicalgroup.org, and there is some information on immunizations on that.
Okay.
And of course, you can always talk to your physician.
Great. Well, thanks so
Okay.
much for coming in
Thank you very
telling
much.
us about that.
Thank you very much.